If you're a person who goes tanning every day, you know there's an endless number of options when it comes to achieving sun-kissed skin. You can tan in your own backyard, at a tanning salon, while vacationing on some beautiful, unusual island, or even by getting your first spray tan. But what's happening to your body every time you frequent a tanning bed or lay under the hot sun for hours at a time?
Just one indoor tanning session can increase the risk of developing skin cancer.
Welcome back to Limitless. It's been a while, but we're back. We want to thank you for watching and making it possible for us to keep doing what we do best. Well, according to the FDA, you are damaging your body's largest organ, your skin. Unfortunately, when you tan every day, you greatly increase your chances of developing skin cancer. As reported by the American Cancer Society, your skin tans as it absorbs the sun's ultraviolet rays, and those rays can cause an increase in melanin-producing melanocyte cells. While melanin blocks some of the dangerous UV rays, light-skinned people who have significantly less melanin are far more likely to burn than their darker skin counterparts. However, even if you're blessed with an abundance of melanin, UV exposure can still raise your chances of developing skin cancer. Darker-skinned people can still develop skin cancer and experience photoaging, which is premature aging of the skin caused by repeated sun exposure. According to the Skin Cancer Foundation, the truth about tanning and skin cancer is that indoor tanning beds can be even worse for your skin. If you tan every day, you probably don't want to hear that too much tanning may result in unwanted wrinkles. However, the FDA warns that basking in the sun for too long will likely cause premature aging or photoaging much earlier than you'd like. While there isn't a way to avoid aging skin, skin exposed regularly to UV rays can appear a different color, texture, and may even include dark spots, unlike natural chronologic aging. If you go tanning every day, you should make it a point to use protective eyewear. High amounts of UV exposure can cause eye cataracts, which could result in vision impairment and even blindness. Other forms of eye damage include macular degeneration, atypical tissue growth, and photokeratitis, which is essentially a sunburn of the cornea. And while you may assume tanning beds are safer for your eyes than the sun's rays, that's simply not true. Tanning beds can produce UV levels by up to 100 times what you would get from the sun, which can cause serious damage to the external and internal structure of the eye and eyelids. UV damage is cumulative. That's why teens and young adults should be particularly careful to protect their eyes from sun exposure. The best way to avoid eye damage is to wear a hat and 100% UV protection sunglasses while tanning outdoors, and protective goggles when tanning indoors. Your eyes will thank you. Well, you might go tanning every day under the assumption that your body is soaking up a healthy amount of vitamin D in the sun. Experts suggest that there is no reason to tan for extended periods of time to achieve high vitamin D levels. There's no reason to damage the skin, putting oneself at risk for skin cancer as well as accelerated aging to get vitamin D. Of course, your body does not need vitamin D. However, there are healthier ways to get your fill, including implementing a vitamin D-rich diet and taking daily supplements.
Most of the bulbs in tanning beds that we have around are UVA bulbs, so the radiation that we're getting when we're in the tanning bed is not actually the type of energy that helps you absorb vitamin D anyway.
If you tan every day, new freckles may start making a home on your face, and while they may look cute, freckles that suddenly appear or darken after sunbathing could be a sign of sun damage. The appearance of freckles, technically called ephthalites, is a telltale sign of excessive sun exposure on unprotected skin. According to the dermatologists, these freckles are typically seen in areas often exposed to the sun, such as the face, hands, and arms. However, there's no need to panic if you happen to have freckles in these places. Freckles aren't necessarily cause for concern, unlike certain moles and sunspots. Still, experts recommend visiting your dermatologist regularly, as freckles could be indicators of UV damage and perhaps an increased risk of skin cancer. Individuals with a high density of freckles were found to have a greater risk of developing melanoma than those without freckles. Tanning every day may seem to help zap pesky zits, but you shouldn't skip the sunscreen and head outside for a sunny DIY facial. While UV rays may seem to clear some acne breakouts, the rays do more harm than good for your skin. UV rays are lethal to P. acnes. the main bacteria that contributes to acne, but they also injure the skin, causing brown spots, wrinkles, and sagging. Sometimes a tan may give the desired appearance of clearer skin. However, the reality could be that your darker skin is actually just camouflaging your breakouts and blemishes. The problem with the tanning approach is that once the tan fades, the skin is left looking more discolored than before. The sun could actually dry out your skin and create more oil, leading to even more zits via cosmopolitan. So, it's probably just better to stay on the safe and sunless side and skip out on sunbathing if you're chasing after clear complexion. Unfortunately, tanning every day won't make your stretch marks from pregnancy or other types of weight gain disappear. In fact, constant tanning could have quite the opposite effect on those stretch marks you're looking to get rid of for good. According to the American Academy of Dermatology Association, tanning too often will actually make the unwanted marks more visible, as stretch marks don't tan. If you're seeking to hide those pesky stretch marks, the association recommends using self-tanners, as these products will actually work to hide the scars temporarily. So why doesn't the sun have the same effect on stretch marks as it does on the rest of your skin? Well, according to Everyday Health, stretch marks are essentially scar tissue, meaning they don't respond to the sun like other areas of your skin do. Scars don't have functional melanocytes to the same extent as non-scarred skin. Stretch mark damaged skin has an unreliable skin repair mechanism, so chances are they will not tan to the same color as the rest of the skin. If you spend hours tanning every day in the sun, you're probably well acquainted with a little something called dandruff. However, if you're seeing those pesky white flakes often, perhaps you should consider them a sign that you're getting too much sun. Just as too much tanning stresses out your skin, the sun can also negatively impact your scalp. According to Head & Shoulders, humidity is not your scalp's friend. And if you frequent tanning beds or spend days getting out hot and sweaty on the beach, you're likely causing your scalp to develop a moist environment in which dandruff will undoubtedly thrive and annoy you to no end with its itchy flakes. Of course, sunburn is an ever-present risk for frequent tanners. Even if you have a healthy head of hair, your scalp can get sunburned too, possibly causing major damage to your hair follicles. So massaging sunscreen into your scalp prior to sun exposure is a good sun safety habit to develop, as is wearing a protective hat or cap to avoid unnecessary sun damage to your sensitive scalp. When you lay in the tanning bed, UV rays are split into two types of UV radiation, UVA and UVB. UVA rays are the ones that cause wrinkles and sunspots, whereas UVB rays are what cause sunburns. So by applying your tan to a person's skin that is already sensitive, it can be much easier to fade in comparison to other ways of getting tan. One of the many issues with the tanning bed is that it doesn't tan evenly. Some parts of the skin will be darker than the others. So how often should you tan outside? And when should you use a bed? Many people do not like to go in the sun, so some of us seek out other places to get a self-tan. However, you should not tan in the sun. The tan you get from the sun isn't very good. In fact, it isn't very healthy. It's better to get a tan in a shower, the sun, or under your bedsheet. Your pores might be a problem in the shower, but you can always protect them with a self-tanner. Make sure you're spraying directly onto your skin while spray tanning. You shouldn't be using a spray that is only in the air. When considering your daily schedule and when you will be going out, you want to be as close to the highest exposure to sun as possible. For example, you may want to tan in your bedroom on weekdays, on weekends, and any other time when you're home alone. Well, that's it from this video. What do you think about this video? Do you think tanning every day is bad for your health? Share your thoughts by commenting below. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and share this video with your friends to help spread awareness. Also, consider subscribing to our channel for more interesting videos every week.